well, diversify well, making money will become your own problem, that you'll make too much than what you need in order to have excess. So with pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, allow me invite and usher in our host for my brother, my friend, our senior icon into the Crypto Ambassadors team, none other than leader Sembatia Kuris, who's already on the call to drive us into today's training. And most importantly, to take us through what is the bull run strategy, what strategy is available for you to make sure that you can be able to have consistent wins, all right? And if you look at our signals, A hash and D hash, those are our two main signals. Like we usually say, the rest of the signals that we give are just a supplement to those. If you look at we have so many signals. We have someone who gives what we call tycoon signals. We have someone who gives PayPro. We have someone who gives GA. We have so many people that drop signals. But if we look at our main signals, A hash and D hash of last week, all our signals delivered, and we want to congratulate you, ladies and gentlemen, for that fantastic move. The rest of our signals are just seeing opportunities that usually come into the market, and we would love to take advantage of. With pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, allow me welcome Leader Kuris, who will talk about preset price. I think he also talk about disengaging a trade that has delayed to deliver to enter after 4 hours. I think we also talk about the few meanings of maybe whole position take profit. And basically, I believe you'll be able to get the best of this. These trainings are streaming live onto the YouTube channel, and so that's why all recordings are disabled. If you want to have this, you just need to go to the Crypto Ambassador YouTube channel and be able to subscribe. But don't only subscribe to our YouTube channel, it's very, very important for you, ladies and gentlemen. I see we are only 56 in the house. We need to get this to 500 participants right now. We need to get this to 500 participants this morning. So invite someone, especially new people that have joined your business, and you want them to win. Okay, you want them to win. You want them to make profit. You want them to be consistent at rewards. The time is now, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the more people you help understand the opportunity, the better your chances of winning consistently. With pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to travel to Kampala and welcome a senior icon in our business, a gentleman that comes from the schools of the hard knocks of this street of the arena of making money, ladies and gentlemen. A gentleman that has been able to build so many success stories across the world. With pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, allow me usher in and welcome none other than Leader Kuri Sembata from Uganda.
Wow, 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 wow. I love the energy today's morning. Thank you very much for that very wonderful welcome. My name is Sembatia Chris from Uganda. I'm one of the leaders that you are working with in this opportunity of cryptocurrency trading using Royal Q. As usual, today is a Monday. Monday, we always have signals and presets. We are emphasizing the bull run strategy. So those ones, if you are here, you are a leader, you don't have people here, continue sharing the link. You are very small. The number is little. The number is little. 65 people is not enough. It's not enough. Continue sharing the link and emphasize your team members or your downlines to join in. Tell them they are missing. Monday, it is always hot. Hey, Monday is always hot. So those ones who attend the Monday trainings, you always know, we keep on understanding different things concerning setting signals and wallet management. So that is very important. Today, I am going to give you something which is also different. Hey, today I have something which is also different. So make sure that you invite, keep on inviting, 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 keep on inviting. Keep on inviting. I need more numbers. I need more numbers. Let me give like 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. At least I start when we are 100. 1 minute, 1 minute. Keep on giving the link to different people. Those ones who are in the business already. Keep on inviting. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute, I go. 100 members, 100 members. We are 73 now. 100 members, remaining few. Keep on inviting from different WhatsApp groups that you have. Let's keep on inviting. Let's keep on inviting. I'm giving 1 minute. Yes, before I get started, I need to recognize the presence of different leaders from different countries. I will start with my leader. That is Leader Julius, is present. Christopher, Deo, Doris, Emmanuel, Esther. We have Fahadi. We have Friu. I don't know. Herbert, Gonza, Justin. There are so many leaders. We have Susan, we have Nee, Peter, Richard, Samuel, Shakib. Everywhere you are, we recognize the presence. Thank you for being part of the crypto ambassadors. Hey, you have a brand. You have a brand. You have a brand. You have a brand, the crypto ambassadors. Thank you for representing us wherever you are across the world. Yes, 1 minute, 1 minute. We are 76 now. 76. At least 100, because what I'm going to share is very important. All right. All right. All right. Hey, the number is not yet, but I'm going to get started. Yes. When you look at the movement of the market, when you look at the movement of the market, when you look at the BTC, how it is moving, the BTC is promising to go up. And I told you that Bitcoin contributes 50% to the rise and the fall of the market. Bitcoin contributes 50% to the rise and fall of the what? Of the market. And whenever you see Bitcoin price going up, expect the market to go up. And when you see that the price of Bitcoin has slightly gone down, the market also goes down. This is when you see all coins are in red. People ask, today all coins are in red. Red, they are in negative. What is the reason? When you see all coins are in negative, you go and look at the price of Bitcoin. You will find that the price of Bitcoin has gone a little bit down. And when you see that the price of Bitcoin has gone up, you realize that all the market, the coins will be in red color, in green color, in positive. You get it? So when we look at the performance of BTC and how it is moving, it is promising. We have not yet reached to Bitcoin halving, but the movement of the Bitcoin, it is promising. It is promising. So today we are coming up with a different strategy. Today we are coming up with a different strategy. Last time in the previous trainings, when I was training, I told you that you divide your capital by 3. And 3 was the number of coins that you were supposed to trade in a day. You are supposed to trade in a day. So this was reducing the amount of money that you are going to expose in the market. Because the bull run strategy, its major aim is to help you control your money, wallet management, and then come out from the floating loss as soon as what? As soon as possible. So in the previous trainings, I was telling you to divide your capital by 3. And the answer, you divide it by 6. This time around, because the market is promising, the market is going up. When we look at the performance of Bitcoin, the market is what? It is going up. We are having an uptrend or upward movement of the what? Of the market. This time around, we have come up with a different strategy. And what are you going to use? We are going to divide our capital by 2. By 2. This is done to increase. It is done to increase the amount of money that you are going to invest in a coin so that you can realize much profit from the market. You can take advantage of this market which is rising. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you an example.
Okay. It seems we have lost our. Sorry for that. It seems we have lost our host. But let me get that sorted. I know he's on the call. Let me get that sorted. I know he's on the call. I'm sorry for the glove sorting him up simply because I'm on the road driving. So it requires me to be very careful. So That's why there is a delay. But I'm handling it. Okay, all right. Just a minute. All right, I hope it's now in position.
Okay, thank you very
Please go
much.
ahead.
Sorry for that. You know, everything is possible in Africa here, more especially when it comes to the internet. Hey, when it comes to the internet, everything is possible. So I was giving you an example. The BTC has already reached 70K and above. You get it? That's what I was telling you. That when we look at the movement of the market is very promising. It is very promising. We are having what we call an upward movement in the market. Therefore, in the previous trainings, we are talking about you dividing your capital by 3. By this time around, we are going to change the strategy so that you can put more money in the market and you realize more profits during this bull season. So I was giving you an example. Let me share my screen. Share my screen straight away. Tell your friends that they are missing. Tell them that they are missing. Tell them that they are missing, because I may want to repeat this. Tell them that my brother or sister, you are what? You are missing. Yes. You go to the calculator. You are having, let's say, you are having $500. That is your capital. That is your trading capital. This time round, divide by 2. And 2 is the number of coins that you are going to trade in a day. That you are going to trade in a what? In a day. You get it? Maybe you trade one and one delivers, or it is sold off by the robot, trade another one. Don't exceed it. Exceed 2 coins. Are you getting the point? Now, when you divide by 2, you are going to see that the money you are going to expose in a coin, it is going to be $250. Last time, I was telling you to divide by 3, which means that in each coin, you are going to expose $166. By this time round, since we are experiencing an upward movement in the market and we want to get that chance of making much money from the profit, therefore, we are going to expose much money in the market. What are you going to do? Divide 500 by 2, which means you are going to expose $250 in the market. Now, divide this $250, divide it by 250, divide by 6. When you divide by 6, you are seeing that you are going to get $41. $41, it is going to become your first buy in amount. Last time we were saying, last time those ones who were not with us, we were saying divide 500 divide by 3. You get 66, 166. Then 166 divide by 6, which we were exposing $27 as our first buy in amount. By this time, don't get confused. I have told you the reason. The reason as to why we are changing from the previous training. It's that strategy that I've been teaching you for the previous trainings. It is good. It is good and okay. But I've told you the reason as to why we are changing to this one. You know, people get confused. We are experiencing an upward movement in the market. Therefore, we want to expose much money in the market so that we can realize much profit in the signals that we are trading. That's why I'm I'm changing, or we are changing. If we are using $500 and above, $500 and what? And above, divide by 2. Divide by what? By 2. For you who is using $60, who is using $70, $80, you will remain. The strategy remains. Trade one coin, use $10 as first buy in amount. But for those ones who are using maybe $300 and above, I'll talk about $300 and above, you divide by 2. So which means that you are going to expose $150 in each and every coin. You get it? Then divide that 150 divide by 6, which is giving you $25, which means that $25 it is going to become your first buy in amount. So we are going to see that. If you have understood that type 1 in the chat, if you have understood that type 1 in the chat, if you have understood that type 1 in the chat, if you have understood that type 1 in the chat, if you have got that type 1 in the chat, I have so many people, 155 people. I am expecting each and everyone to participate. Once you participate, everything comes easy for you. Yes, if you have understood that, type 1 in the chat. Huh? Someone has understood so many times. Repeat for me. I'm new. Yes. I said, depending on your capital that you have, you are using $300. That is your trading capital. You are going to divide by 2, which means you are going to trade 2 coins. You will trade 2 coins in a day. You trade 2. If one delivers, you trade another one. You trade 2. If one delivers, you trade another one using the strategy that I'm giving you. Meaning that in each and every coin that you are going to be trading, you are going to be putting $150. But these $150, you are not going to put them once as your first buy in amount. You are going to divide 150 divide by 6. 6, we said it is the first, it is margin calls. Margin what? Margin calls, which means that you are going to get $25 as your first buy in amount. So we are going to see how that works. Do we have people who don't know how signals look like? Do we have people who don't know how signals look like? Do we all have people who don't know how signals look like? Today I will hand a signal of current price, because current price disturbs so many people. So when you look at, this is a signal, this is a trading signal, and this is a trading signal. And if you see that even the signals have changed. Last time we were giving you signals of presets, so much giving you signals of presets. But because the market we are experiencing an upward movement of the market, the signals of current price are so much than signals of preset. So this is a trading signal. This is a trading what? A trading signal. And if you look at the signal, what you identify first is the name of the coin given in the signal, or the name of a trading pair. So we are given PEP stroke USDT. We are given XAI stroke USDT. That is the name of a trading pair. Then you are given what we call TP. Take a profit. Take a profit. In your Royal Q application, when you are setting this signal, you will not find the word TP. You won't find the word TP. What you will find is whole position, take a profit, take a profit ratio. That's what you will find in your Royal Q. So when you see whole position, take a profit ratio, this word means TP. It means a TP. TP, which is take a profit. And the TP, it means the amount of profit by percentage you want from this coin. When the robot buys and sells this coin, you are going to make 2%. 2% of what? 2% of the money you invested in a coin. Of the money you invested in a coin. Let's say, for example, when we say 2%, it means 2 divided by 100, because percentage is always on 100. When we say 2%, it means 2 divided by what? Divided by 100, which is giving you the answer is 0.02. Now, get this 0.02 times the money you have invested in the coin. Let's say 500. So you will come out from the coin with a profit of $10 when the robot buys and sells the what? The coin. We go on. Then they are giving you preset. Preset, it is a trigger price. It is a price you want your robot to start buying this coin. It is what we call preset. Now, in the signal, they have given you preset is current price. What are they telling you? In other words, they are telling you that enter this coin at that very, very price. The price which is in the market right now. That's what they are telling you. Enter the coin at that very price. Are you getting the point? That's what they are telling you. Then we have what we call TP callback. TP callback. In your Royal Q, you are not going to find the word TP callback, because TP is just an abbreviation. It is take a profit. What you are going to find in your Royal Q, you are going to find a word called whole position, take a profit, callback. Callback. If you are setting this signal, this is the word you are going to see. If you see this word, whole position, take a profit, callback, what does it mean? Simple. It means this word, TP callback. It means TP callback. So TP callback, the full word of TP callback that you are going to find in your RealQ application, it is going to be whole position, take a profit, callback when you are setting this signal. And what does it mean by TP callback? This is what it means. This is 2%, take a profit, and this is 0.01. You are telling the robot that when the market rises by 2%, and it tries to come back down by 0.01, please sell. Please sell. Because the market moves in a zigzag form. This is how it moves. in a zigzag form. So the market, when the market rises by 2% and it tries to come back down by 0.1, you are telling your robot to sell off the coin. And in this case, you are not going to get exactly 2%. You're not going to get exactly 2%. You may get 1 point something. Why? Because the market rose, or the market went up by 2% and it came back down by 0.01. That's when your robot sold. So here it will be 2% minus 0.001. You will not get exactly 2%. And this is where sometimes you ask questions and say, leader, I said 2%, but when my robot sold, I didn't get exactly 2%. This is what has happened. This is what it means by TP callback. And then there is another incident. There is another incident in the market. This coin may have the ability to deliver more than 2% take profit. It may have the ability to deliver more than 2% take profit. You get it? So when you tell your robot that when the market rises by 2% and it tries to come back down by 0.01, please sell. Maybe the market rises, let's say by 4%. It passes 2% and the market continues to go up by 4%, and then when it reaches to 4%, then it tries to come back a little bit by 0.01. So when the robot sells, it will sell at this point of 4%. It will sell at this point of 4% because you told the robot that when the market rises by 2% and it tries to come back down by 0.01, maybe the market did not come down to 0.01 here, and it continued to go up by 4%. Now, reaching at 4%, and then it tries to come down by 0.01, your robot is going to sell at 4%. Your robot will sell at 4%. This is where some people set their robots to give them 3% or 2%, and they end up getting 5%. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, type in to A. Thank you. My question is answered. Oh, okay. That's why you have to follow the training. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. That's why on TP callback, we don't normally put 0% because you may miss the money in the market. You may miss the money in the market. So we put 0.01 most of the time. Because if this coin has the ability to deliver more than 2%, you may get more than 2% if you don't know. Okay, I'm seeing few people, they are saying they have not understood. Okay. TP callback. It has two things that you should know. One, I told you, when you put 0.01 on TP callback, it means that when the market rises by 2% and it comes back down by 0.01, your robot will sell. That's what you are commanding the robot to do. That when the market rises by 2%, what is 2%? 2% is our take profit. when the market rises by 2% and it comes back down by 0.01, you are commanding your robot to sell. And in this case, you may not get exactly 2% take a profit. Why? Because the market rose by 2% and it came back down by 0.01, which is going to be 2% minus 0.01. In this case, you will find that you will get 1 point something percent when the robot sells. This is a very common question that you will ask. I said 2%, but when the robot sold, it gave me 1 point something. I don't know where the other percentage went. The other percentage was this 0.01%, because you told the robot that when the market goes up by 2% and it comes back down by 0.01, please sell. So this is what the robot did. Maybe the market rised by 2%, and then when the robot detected that it is coming down by 0.01 and it touches this 0.01, then the robot will sell. That is one incident. That is one incident. Then there is another incident. Maybe this coin has the ability to deliver more than 2% take a profit. Understand it from here. So we have two incidents that I need to explain. This is 0.01 and this is 0.01. This is 2%. And this one here is 4%. You get it? So maybe the market rises up by 2% and it doesn't touch here 0.01. It doesn't touch this point of 0.01. Then the market continues to go up by 4%. By 4%. Now, when it reaches 4%, then it tries to come back down by 0.01. And it touches this 0.01 line. Now, your robot is going to sell. But the profit you are going to make, it is not 2%. You are going to make 4%. You are going to make 4%. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. I know not everyone is going to understand it now. But according to the explanation and those ones who have said have not understood, if you have not understood it again, I proceed. Chris, does it mean that the robot is sensitive to drop? What do you mean by drop? Me, I'm talking about TP callback. Have I talked about drop? I'm talking about TP callback. I'm not talking about drop. Okay. Then we are having what we call drop. Drop in the signal. Drop, it will, the way I term it, it is a safety net. It is a backup plan. It is a plan B. Remember, when you are given signals, expect two things from these signals. Expect the market to rise for your robot to sell, or for the coin it has bought, or expect the market to move down. because that is the movement of the market, up and down. So all of us, all the traders, once you are given a signal, expect two things from the signal. Either the signal to rise for your robot to sell, or it can instead come down due to manipulation in the market. Due to manipulation in the market. Are you getting the point? Now, a drop, it helps you that in case the market goes down, your robot can continue buying for you. It can continue buying for you through the margin calls that you are going to open up, through the margin calls that you are going to open up. Your robot can continue buying for you. And whenever it buys, it is going to bring the average price close to the current price so that this coin can come out from the floating loss or from the dip as soon as possible. That's why I say it is more safer to trade with the margin calls. We are going to see that. I have finished analyzing the signal. So they have given you 5%. 5%. You can ignore this and you use the bull run strategy. I'm going to show you where a drop goes, where this drop goes. But due to the bull run strategy that we are using, we already developed settings for you. This drop, you can set a signal using the bull run strategy. You can ignore the drop and go with our settings. Hey, you can ignore the what? The drop. And then you go with our settings that we gave you of the bull run strategy. But for those ones, hey, there are some people who are very funny. They say we are given a drop 2%. Now we are given drop 5%. Now what can we do? What can we do? You get it? So you just ignore this and you use the bull run strategy. Now, this is the signal that I'm going to help you set as an example. This is the signal that I'm going to help you set as an example. As an example. So if you have understood that, type a 3 in the chat. Type a 3 in the chat. My brother, there is someone here who is asking, what are the bull run strategy settings? This is where I'm going. Why do you rush? I mean the TP callback. According to what I have explained, my brother Ivan, you mean you have not got anything concerning the TP callback? You mean if you have not understood anything? Okay. You will revisit it. Open your Q account. Opening. Now we are setting the signal. We are going into practicals. Open your Q account. Make sure you are at home here. You are at home, and then you click the search bar. That search bar. After clicking on the search bar, come here where there is a word search. Type in the name of the coin that is being given in the signal, or write in the name of the coin given in the signal. It is XA. Sure, this is not in it. It is not in Huobi. As I'm trading in Huobi, XA. Okay. I will refer to any coin. I'm going to use any coin. Don't get confused, because this is not my trading account. So this coin I'm talking about, it is in Binance. But when you look at my account, it is in Huobi. So the trading account, I have another account for trading. This is for something else. So it is in Huobi. Are you getting the point? So I'm going to use any coin for reference, for study purposes. Don't get confused. For study purposes, it is the same, but I'm going to use any coin for study purposes. People are very funny. Okay, I'm using Aave for study purposes. When you click on that, after searching for the name of the coin, come down here and you click on create. Then come and you click on Martingale. Martingale strategy board. Don't ask me about grid, because me, I've never used the grid robot. I'm always using Martingale, and that's what we are teaching you always. Martingale. You click on Martingale, then after you come down here and you click on create. After clicking on create, come down and you click on next. Click on next. Then come to trade setting of the coin. And from there, come to manually create. Manually create. The question is, can all of us move from where I started from up to where I am? If yes, type a 4 in the chat. If yes, type a 4 in the chat. Looking for the coin to trade. If yes, type a 4 in the chat. If yes, type a 4 in the chat. If yes, type, this one has underscore 444 times. Yeah. Okay, I proceed. Now, we have talked about first buy in amount. This is the first thing I started on. For those who have started with me, I told you this time around, because we are experiencing an upward movement in the market, so we want people to at least put more money in the coin so that they can realize much profit during this time. I said, instead of dividing by 3, as I was teaching you last time, divide by 2 this time round. For example, you are using $300 as your trading capital. Divide by 2. And what is 2? 2 is the number of coins that you are going to trade in a day. Some people are very funny. You find someone using $100 and the person is trading 5 coins. What are you? What are you? When we are teaching here always, and I tell you that trading with margin calls is more safer than trading a coin without margin calls, because you don't know what is going to happen in the market. These margin calls save you. It is your plan B in case the market goes down. Because I told you, when you are trading these signals, expect 2 things. Expect the market to go up or the market to go down. Now, if you trade with margin calls, it is going to save you when the market goes down, because the robot is going to continue buying, bringing the average price close to the current price so that the coin can come out from the floating loss as quick as possible. And this is a major reason why some people, you trade the same coins and you find that someone is celebrating their coin, their robot has sold the coin, and for you, you are saying, I am still in the coin. Because this person who traded with margin calls, when the market goes down slightly, and his robot buys, when it buys, it brings the average price close to the current price, so that the coin can come out from the floating loss as quick as possible. But for you who is trading without margin calls, you will keep on waiting. Okay, I move away from there. Then we say you are getting $150, meaning that you are going to invest $150 in each coin. You are going to trade 2 coins, but in each coin, you are going to invest $150. But remember, we cannot invest all our $150 without margin calls. Because I told you, trade with the margin calls. What we are going to do is going to be very simple. We are going to divide 150 divided by 6. 6 is the number of margin calls, as we are going to see. Then what you get is $25. Now, $25, it is going to become your first buying amount here. Instead of 12, you are going to put 25. If you have understood that, type a 1 in the chat. If you have understood that, please, I said if you are using $50, you can't use the bull run strategy. Just to continue following, I'm going to show you why. The bull run strategy can start from $60. And $60, trade 1 coin. Don't divide. $60, don't divide. Just use $50 as your first buy. Use $10. In fact, let me write it here. $60, trade 1 coin, use $10 as first buying amount. $70, trading capital, trade 1 coin, use $10 as first buying amount. $80, trade 1 coin, use $10 as first buying amount. $90, trade 1 coin, using $12 as your first buying amount. $100, trade 1 coin, use $16 as your first buying amount. If you are in between this capital that I have talked about, don't use the divide rule. Just put it in your head. If it is not easy for you to put it in your head, write it down on paper. If it is not easy to put it in your head, write it down on paper. You are using $100, trade 1 coin, use $16 as your first buying amount. Using $60, trade 1 coin, use $10 as your first buying amount. Using $70, trade 1 coin, use $10 as your first buying amount. Using $80 as trading capital, trade 1 coin, use $10 as your first buying amount. Using $90, trade 1 coin, use $12 as your first buying amount. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat. You know, people are very difficult to. People are very difficult to. For $200, if you are using $200, if you're using $200, you can divide $200 divided by 2. Of course, the answer is going to be 100, which means that in each and every coin, you are going to be putting $100. 100 what? $100. So, which means that you are going to use $16 as your first buying amount, because you are going to be putting $100 in each coin, using $16 as your first buy. in amount. So if you are using around let's say someone has said 140 divided by 2, you are getting around let me calculate it, which I know. 140 $140 divided by 2, you are getting 70. You are getting $70. You are getting 70 what? 140 divided by 2, you are getting $40. Meaning that in each coin, you are going to be exposing $70. You are going to invest $70. But you cannot invest all the $70, meaning that you are going to use $10 as your first buy in amount. The thing is simple. It is still the same. That $70, trade one coin, use $10. Whatever the division is, let's say you have $160. $160 divided by 2, you are going to get $80. $80, trade one coin, use $10 as your first buy in amount. If you have understood that type 2. If you have understood that type 2. If you have understood that type 2, may I proceed? If you have understood that type 2, I have made things simple for everyone, depending on your trading capital that you have. Even someone tells you that, no, I have not understood. Then you ask, where is the person? I've talked about everyone whose capital. $50, you cannot use it. $50. $50, you cannot use the strategy that I'm talking about. At least make 60 and use $10 as your first buy in amount. $50, $30, and what? No. $50, 45, 40, 20, 10. No. You cannot use it. Okay. So we are here. Make sure the AI is on. Some people ask me a question. AI. So we want the robot to determine. We want the robot to determine. Come here. Where there is 7, put 5. Put 5. Someone now may ask me a question. Why are you dividing by 6? And yet you are telling us here on margin calls to put 5. Yet you told us that we divide by 6. 6, which is the number of margin calls. This is margin calls. This is what we are telling you, that when you want to trade with margin calls. Margin calls means the number of times the market is going down. The number of times the market continues to go down. The number of times the market continues to go down. The number of times the market continues to go down. That's what we call margin calls. And this is what we mean by margin calls. If your leader say, please open up more margin calls or trade with margin calls, they are telling you to put your numbers, to put a number here. And when we say that someone is not trading with margin calls, is not trading with margin calls, here someone may put one margin call. You get it? But we are trading with margin calls using the bull run strategy, and I'm giving you the settings of the bull run strategy. Here, put 5. Why are we dividing by 6? It is very simple. We have what we call first buy in amount. When first is a position, as I always tell you, first is a position. Well, when they tell you, or when we were still at school, and they say, you are the second, you are the third, you are the fourth, you are the fifth in class. What number is that? Because first is a position. You are the first. What number is that when they tell you you are the first in class? What number is that? When they tell you you are the first in class, what number is that? When they tell you are the first, what number is that in class? You are number one. You are number one. So if you are number one, if it is number one, which means it is one plus 5. This 5 here, which is giving you 6. That's why we said you divide. You divide 3. You divide 300 divided by 2, giving you $150. Again, divide this $150 divided by 6. We all know now where 6 is coming from. And when you divide by 6, the answer you get, which is $25, becomes your first buying amount. Becomes your first buying amount. Comes your first buying amount. Hope we have understood that. Then come here. Whole position, take a profit ratio. I'm going to ask a question. What is the whole position take a profit ratio in this signal? What is the whole position take a profit ratio in this signal? Those ones who are following. The way you are going to be struggling with the things here in the Zoom, it is the same way you are going to struggle with the things in your inbox once you don't understand it. What is the whole position take a profit ratio in this signal? I'm using the full word. Let me see. Let me see. Have you seen? Hey, Namukwaya is here. Hey! Namukwaya! Ojenkuwe nkwacho. Someone is saying 0.01. Hey! Hey! You see? You see? People who are not following? Okay, I'm going to repeat for you. TP. TP. In your Royal 2 application, when you are setting the signal, TP means whole position take a profit ratio. This word TP in your Royal Q, it means whole position take a profit ratio. This is what it means. This is what it means. Now, I'm asking a question. What is the whole position take a profit ratio in this signal? Hey! Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. What is the whole position take a profit ratio from that signal? Let me see. Hope the one who has said 0.01 has understood. Because the way you are struggling here, it is the same way you're going to struggle in your inbox. My trainings are always aiming at understanding. That is where my focus is. Understanding. I want everyone to understand what to do, so that when a signal is dropped in the group, you know what to do. You know what to do. I'm seeing another Namukwaya here. Yeah. Another Namukwaya here from which? Kurukani City. Okay. People don't get annoyed. I'm just like that. I'm just like that to make the class cheerful. Okay. Here you put 2%. 2%. Now, I'm going to ask another question. We go to this point. This is what we call whole position, take a profit callback. And in the signal, this word is given as TP callback. TP callback. If you see the word TP callback in the signal, they are meaning this one. They are meaning whole position, take a profit callback. Then I go to the signal. To ask you a question. What is the whole position take a profit callback in this signal? What is the whole position take a profit callback in this signal? Let me see. Let me see. I may get another Namukwaya here when I don't know. Hey. Huh? Namukwaya is now lost. There is no any Namukwaya. If someone is saying 0.02, we have another Namukwaya here. 0.01. Yes. No, I'm not meaning Mukwaya, meaning Namukwaya from Ronald Mayinja's song. That one, Namukwaya, Yamunku Wenkwacho. See, without any skin. Okay. 1.99. 1.99. Sir, Ronnie, Saraza, we are saying, listen to me here very much. Listen to me very much. We are saying, typical back. This is typical back. In your royal Q, it means whole position, take a profit, callback. Saloni, please tell me the percentage here. What is the whole position, take a profit callback in that signal? This signal that we are setting. I don't want to leave people behind. Hey, I don't want to leave people behind. Somebody is saying 3%. 3%. Okay. Sandra Okwafo from Nigeria. No. Leave alone that. I was trying to help you understand what TP callback means when you set it in the signal. You get it? Now we are setting the signal. We are supposed to put the percentage that is being given in the signal. The percentage is 0.01. The percentage is 0.01. So you come into your ROQ application when you are setting the signal, you make here you put 0.01 that is being given in the signal, 0.01. The calculation is that I was giving you, they were aiming at helping you to understand what TP callback means, or what take a profit callback means when you set it in your ROQ. But when we are setting, we set the TP callback as given in the signal. That's what we are trying to do. Have you got the point, my brother Ronnie? Now I'm on my brother Ronnie. Because I'm saying he has not understood it. Okay, let me proceed. You come on buy in callback. Buy in callback. Sometimes it is given in the signal. And sometimes it is not given in the signal. There are signals with buy in callback. There are signals without buy in callback. If it is not given here, you can put 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Don't exceed that. But the main that we use, you put 0.1. Put 0.1. Come down here on this word called strategy period. Change from cycle, you put one shot. From cycle, you click here, it will change to one shot. One shot means you are commanding the robot to buy and sell this coin once. Then after buying and selling, it will give you back the profit and the capital made. Then you go and you trade another coin. Here, don't change. Distributed and take a profit allocation, you leave it as 1.3. And this 1.3 works for the 50 call. Remember, you have opened up 5 margin calls. You have opened up 5 margin calls. And these 5 margin calls, 4 margin calls are taking 2%. 4 margin calls take 2%. I am explaining this. I've opened up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The 2% take a profit. 2% take a profit works for only these 4. Then this 1.3, it is going to work for the 50 margin call. Meaning that the 50 margin call is going to sell earlier than these 4. And the robot will use the profit made on the 50 margin call. It will use the profit made on the 50 margin call to buy more of this coin, bringing the average price close to the current price so that your coin can come out from the floating loss as soon as possible. If you have understood that, type a 3 in the chat. If you have understood that, type a 3 in the chat. If you have understood that, type a 3 in the chat. If you have understood that, type a 3 in the chat. Tell your friends that they are losing. Me, I told you. Monday training is understanding. Monday training is understanding. It is okay. I will repeat for you. We opened up 5 margin calls. I told you this is where margin calls are. And we have opened up 5 margin calls. Margin calls, I told you, number of times the coin is going down. Number of times the coin is going down. Number of times the coin is going down. While using the bull run strategy, we are using 5 margin what? 5 margin calls. And I told you, this one, distributed take a profit allocation, don't change. And they are telling you this one works for the 5 sub position. 5 sub position, they are meaning the last margin call, the 50 margin call. Remember, you opened up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 margin calls. Are you getting the point? And they are telling you that 1.3%, this is a distributed take a profit. So you are telling the robot that when it buys and sells the last call, the 50th call, the profit you are going to make 1.3. 1.3. 1.3 works for the 50 margin call. And the 2% take a profit. It works for these 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 margin calls. Which means that the last margin call, the 50th margin call, will sell earlier because it has a less take profit. Let me ask a question. 1.3 and 2%, which one is high? Which one is high? Which one is high? 1.3 and 2%, which one is high? Which one is high? 1.3 and 2%, which one is high? It is 2%. Which means that, Which means that 1.3 will sell earlier than 2%. Than 2%. So the robot is going to use this profit made on the 50th call, the profit of 1.3. The robot is going to use the profit of 1.3 made on the 50th call to buy more of that coin that you are trading, so that it brings the average price close to the current price. And this coin is going to come out from the floating loss as soon as possible. If you have understood that, type 1 in the chat. If you have understood that, type 1 in the chat. If you have understood that, type 1. That is the bull run strategy we are talking about. Coming out from the floating loss as soon as possible and managing your capital. Okay. Others will find us on the way. You say sure. Then after that, we go to this point. This point. This is the 5 margin calls that you have opened up. And even the word is here. Margin call drop. Margin call drop. Number of times the market is going down. I said while using the bull run strategy, use 5 what? 5 margin calls. It is okay. You can use 7, you can use 8, because people are using different strategies to trade. There are so many strategies to trade here. But the percentage, this number of times, they are measured in percentage. They are measured in what? In percentage. That when the market drops by 3.5, when the market drops by 4%, when it drops by 4.5, when it drops by 5.2, when it drops by 8%. When we are using the bull run strategy, change 0.2, put 0.2, 0.3 there, 0.5, you put 1%, and down here you put 1%. So this is what you are supposed to put, the bull run strategy. This is what you are supposed to put. Don't ask me how have you got it. Leaders sat down, calculated what is the best for you, then they came up with these settings. That's how it's supposed to be. 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, 1%. You can take a screenshot if you know. Then we have this multiple buying ratio. Multiple, they are meaning multiplication. The robot is going to multiply as it buys. Multiply as it buys. Multiply as it buys. That's why they call it multiple buy in ratio. Multiplies as it buys. What is it multiplying? What is it multiplying? It is multiplying the figure you are putting here. It is multiplying the figure you are putting here times what? Times your first buy in amount. times your first buy in amount. Therefore, in a nutshell, therefore, here using the bull run strategy, put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Let me remove them. In other words, these are the settings how they are supposed to be. You can take a screenshot if you can. If someone is wise enough, you write in the book for reference. In other words, what are you telling the robot? Simple. You are telling the robot that when the market drops, when the market drops by 0.2, I need you to buy 1 time, which is going to be 1 times 25. Do we all know where 25 is coming from? Do we all know where 25 is coming from? And why are we multiplying by 25? Do we all know where 25 is coming from? Do we all know where 25 is coming from? Let me see. Do we all know where? I told you ignore. But the drop is 3%. I told you ignore that drop which is being given in the signal and go with the settings. Hey. People don't come at first. Do you know where 25? Yes. At least Ivan now. You are coping up. 25 is the first buy in amount. Okay. Even me, I know. Peter side. Hey. Okay. My brother Ronnie. Hey. From Kurukani city. Where is that city? Ronnie Salazar. Are you a movie star? Because there is a movie star that I know called Salazar. You may be a movie star here when we have a star in Royal Chu and we don't know. We may have a star in Royal Chu when we don't know. Hey, you a movie star? Hey! I'm enjoying your movies. Okay. We go back. They are saying when the market drops by 0.2, you want your robot to buy 1 time, which is 1 times 25. Again, when the market drops by 0.3, you are commanding your robot to buy another 1 more time, which is 1 times 25. Again, when it drops by 0.5, you are commanding it to buy 1 time, which is 1 times 25. We all know where our 25 is coming from. Again, when it drops by 1, you are commanding, which is 1 times 25. The same thing here. 1 times 25. So you are getting 25 5 times. This is 25 times 1, which is 25. 25 times 1, which is 25. 25 times 1, which is 25. 21 times 1, which is 25. So the robot is going to add more of $25 5 times when the market is dropping, which is 25 times 5. Let me come to my calculator. I like to give 25 times 5, which is $125. $125 plus $125 plus 25. Are you seeing that you are getting $150 that we wanted to invest in this coin? But the style we have invested it through margin calls, that when the market drops, I need my robot to add in more money. When it adds in more money, it is helping you to bring the average price close to the current price so that you can come out from the floating loss as soon as possible. Remember, our calculation was you are having $300 divided by 2. And I told you, you are going to trade 2 coins, and in each coin, you are going to invest $150. Then I told you, we are not going to invest all our $150 once. That's why we are going to divide $150 divided by 6. Divide by 6, and this gave us $25, and $25 became our first buy in what? In amount. First buy in amount, it means the initial money you are commanding your robot to first go with in the market. The first money you want your robot to go with in the market before it is going to add in other money. You get it? Now we have seen here how we have calculated our capital, commanding the robot to add in slowly by slowly when the market goes down. Because I told you earlier that when you are given a signal, expect 2 things. Expect the signal to go up for your robot to sell, or it can instead come down. Are you getting the point? That's why you are trading with margin calls, to give you safety in the market. Are we together? If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat if you have understood that. Someone is asking me, does this margin configuration apply to those with $90? I told you $90. Trade 1 coin. Use $12 as your first buying amount. Now, see here. Very simple. See here. What you need to know is the first money the robot is going to go with in the market. $90. Trade 1 coin with $12 as your first buying amount. What are you not understanding? Is it the word first buying amount that is confusing you? Oh, that means instead of putting here 12, 25, come and put 12. Come and put 12. Of course, open up 5 margin calls here. Open up 5 margin calls. When you come down here, when you come here on margin configuration, it is going to remain. The settings remain the same. Here they remain the same, and here they remain the same, which is going to be 1 times 12, which is going to be Yes. So I've been winding up. You know, network here in Africa is not always on our side, so we have to continue. We have to continue to do what we are supposed to do. So I was talking about someone has asked the settings. The settings remain the same. All you just need is to change the first buy in amount. Yeah, you change the first buy in amount depending on your trading capital. Like I have explained to you how the thing goes. So maybe a person with host powers is the one who has delayed me, but good enough, he has made me an host. I can continue to share. So I said that you need to just change your first buy in amount. You who is using $90, change your first buy in amount to 12. If you are using $60, I said $60, trade one coin, $60, trade one coin, use $10 as your first buy in amount, which means here you are going to put 10. You will put 10. You're going to put 10. The settings remain the same, 5 margin calls. When you come here, it remains the same. You change 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's what you're supposed to do. 1, 1, 1, put 1, then you put 1. You put 1. This one remains 0.2, 0.2. Then you put here 0.3, 0.3, 0.5, 1, and 1. So it remains. It remains, which means that it is going to be 1 times 10, then 1 times 10, 1 times 10, 1 times 10. We all know where 10 is coming from, is our first buy in amount, which is going to be 1 times 10, 5 times. 10 times 5, giving you $50, giving you $50. Then 50 plus 10, 50 plus 10, which is giving you $60. So you have $60, trade one coin with $10 as your first buy in amount. If you have understood that, type 1 in the chat. I'm winding up with the training because it's getting a little bit late. You click on sure, then you save your settings. Make sure you save your settings. AI margin call is supposed to be on. Save your settings. After saving, remember the signal says trade at current price. The signal is saying trade at current what? Preset current price. Let me see here. Preset is current what? Current price. This was the signal that we are setting. Preset is current price. When they say preset is current price, here don't put anything. Here. When you come down here, because some people are used to preset signals, here don't put anything. Don't put anything. But if you cannot understand this, because the thing is, when a signal is of current price, here don't put anything. But if for you cannot understand it, get this price here up. Get the price here up. Put it here. Put it here. Click on preset. Then get the price up. This price here, which is the current price. Current price. Write it here. And you confirm. And you confirm. But if you have understood what I have said if it is a signal of current price, what they are meaning, they are telling you that enter at that very price, at that price which is in the market right now, which is a current price. Here, don't put anything. What you do, you come and you change the strategy mode from warehouse From warehouse to sub-bin. To sub-bin. Change it to sub-bin. Then you click on sure. You get it? You click on sure. After that, here, don't put anything. If it is a signal of current price, here don't put anything. You get it? But if it is a signal of preset, like this one, let me look for the signal of preset. Like this one, they have given you the price, preset, and then they have given you some figures. What they mean is come here on preset, enter those figures given. Enter them from here, the figures given. Put them here and you click on sure. That's what they mean. If they are telling you current price, please, current price, all you need is come and change the strategy mode to sub-bin, then start the trade. Start the trade, click on activate, and you start the what? You start the trade. That means the robot will buy at that current price, at the market price. At the market price. But if you are given a preset price, like in this signal, you are given a preset price. That is the price, 3.156. First, come here after setting your settings. Come here on price, put in the price, which is 3.156. Then click on enter. Click on sure. After clicking on sure, come and you change the strategy mode to sub-bin. Sub-bin mode. I told you sub-bin mode. It means that the FIFI call, the other call, which was the FIFI call, it is going to be sold independently. And the robot is going to use that profit made on the FIFI call to buy more of this coin, and it brings the average price close to the current price so that you can come out from the floating loss as soon as possible. Then you click on sure. After that, come and start the trade. If you have understood that, type a 3 in the chat, because I'm done with teaching. If you have understood that, type a 3 in the chat. I'm done with the teaching. That is all. If it is a signal of current price, you don't enter anything. But you who is used to entering prices, you go to the current price, you put that one. Someone is saying I'm good to go. Okay, thank you very much. If I've made a day for you, a love heart is very easy for me. A love heart is okay for me. I go to the meeting. Even the network is disturbing. I close the meeting. Good enough, you have finished. Even signals with 2 margin calls, you can trade them the same way that I've taught you. Signals of 2 margin calls, you can trade them the same way I have taught you. A love heart is good for me. I close the meeting. If you have really appreciated the work I have done, a love heart is good for me. Thank you very much for being part of the crypto ambassadors. Thank you for lifting our flag high. We really love you so much. We really love you so much. Thank you for trusting in Royal Q, and thank you for believing in the leaders. Thank you for believing in us. We are very grateful. Thank you for believing in the vision that we have as the crypto ambassadors. No, you cannot change the previous settings. Can I change my previous settings to the new settings? Yes, you can change. You can change to the new settings so long as you have understood what to do. Me, I don't teach people to cram. I teach people to understand, because I believe once you understand what to do, then things are very easy for you to handle. Hey, things are very easy for you to handle. Thank you very much. Uh, oh, lots of love. I remain blessed. Thank you a lot. Our own. Okay. Beginning from the beginning, prosper in your box. Thank you so much. Prosper, you now you have started attending our training. I believe you are getting the difference. You are learning slowly. This is where we rock it. And the training is what has made us who we are right now.